This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Carter. I'm welcoming you to another sports catastrophe birthday boy. And this birthday boy was a hard charging safety in the NFL for 17 years. He had a brilliant 10-year stint with the Pittsburgh Steelers and was part of the Super Bowl 35 team that won the Baltimore Ravens their first Super Bowl title. He would also play for San Francisco and Oakland wearing the jersey number 26 throughout his career. Yes, that's him, Rod Woodson. He's better known as a Pittsburgh Steeler in my book. He holds the NFL record for fumble recoveries by a defensive player and pick sixes, aka interceptions returned for a touchdown, with 12. Wow, I did not know that. He has the third most interceptions in NFL history with 71. Part of the 2009 Hall of Fame class, Pro Football Hall of Fame, and got to the College Football Hall of Fame in 2016. He was a cornerback for a while and then basically became a safety during the latter part of his career. For 8 years, he was an analyst for the NFL Network. All that. He would play for Purdue because he wanted to have a degree in electrical engineering. He was basically a cornerback and a kick returner and was pretty well returned. He was basically a 2-time All-American defensive back and a 3-time All-Big Ten first-team selection. Basically, yeah, he's a good Purdue player, defensive player. The Mount Rushmore of Purdue football. The Big Ten Network had this thing about Purdue football, and Woodson would be in the Mount Rushmore with Drew Brees, Bob Greasy, and Leroy Keys. He was a decent track and field guy. He actually qualified for the Olympic trials of the 110 hurdles, but he wanted to continue his football career in the NFL. As a professional, he was good. He ended up being 10th overall, picked 10th overall by the 1987 draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers. The 87 draft was decent. Tampa got Finney Testaverde first overall. Indy took Cornelius Bennett second, which was good, although his best years were with Buffalo. Houston took Alonzo Highsmith, who would be a big bust, the running back from Miami. Green Bay took Brent Fullwood, a running back from Auburn. Cleveland took Mike Junkin, a linebacker from Duke. St. Louis, who soon became Arizona, would get Kelly Stover, the quarterback for Colorado State, but he refused to play. Detroit got Reggie Rogers, defensive tackle from Washington. Buffalo got Shane Conlon with Penn State, good linebacker, and Jerome Brown, 9th to Philly. He was good. So yeah, the first round wasn't that bad and all that. Jim Harbaugh was picked 26th in that draft. So anyway, he had a contract holdout. All that. He had a world ranking in high hurdles during that time. But Pittsburgh caved and signed him to a 4-year contract, October of 87. His 95-day holdout was the longest in Pittsburgh history until Le'Veon Bell sat down in the 2018 season. Anyway, he actually did okay and all that. He got his first career reception in November 1987 against Cincy's Boomer Esiason and returned it for like a pick six. Woodson would do well in his returns game too. So basically, Rod Woodson was huge. In 1990, well, he played in Super Bowl 30. Unfortunately, Woodson would have a terrible year. In 95, he was one of the best cornerbacks in the league, but he suffered a torn ACL when his foot got caught in Pittsburgh's famous artificial turf at Three Rivers Stadium. His ACL was replaced, in his left knee was replaced by a patella tendon from his right knee. Woodson shockingly came back from injury and played in Super Bowl 30. He became the first player to return from reconstructive knee surgery in the same season. He was limited to 12 snaps in Super Bowl 30. He did actually have problems with his knee and all that. Woodson declined a 3-year, $9 million contract extension and wanted a long-term contract. Pittsburgh did give him a 5-year $10 million extension. So Woodson said, yeah. And Woodson did pretty well for himself. But I guess he didn't take the offer. I thought he did. Unfortunately, Woodson was hurt by injuries and declined a contract before the 97 NFL draft. So the Steelers drafted a cornerback, Chad Scott, and ended negotiations with Woodson. Since he was the best fit for Woodson, giving him a good contract, but he decided to sign a 3-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers, which was pretty good and all that. However, after just 1 year, and with the Niners losing the conference final to Green Bay, the Niners decided to cut him and Kevin Green loose to get salary cap space. Kind of stupid, don't you think? Baltimore then decided to give him a 3-year, $5.7 million contract. It was named a cornerback. All that. But Marvin Lewis, who was the defensive coordinator in 1999, decided to move Woodson to free safety because Baltimore had an up-and-coming cornerback by the name of Chris McAllister, and he probably would help and all that. Woodson took his assignment well, and of course, he won the Super Bowl in 2001 with the Ravens. However, just a month and a bit after winning the Super Bowl with the Ravens, he was one of 7 players released by the Ravens. But the Ravens did sign him to a 5-year contract in May after no one swiped him. So he became a free safety. Sadly, though, the Ravens would release him in a salary cap maneuver in 2002. So Oakland said, hey, let's take this chance on him. And unfortunately, Woodson would be part of the 2002, the team that in Super Bowl 37 would get crushed by Tampa 48-21. Of course, Woodson would do okay. Unfortunately, he failed the physical after going knee surgery in 2004, and Oakland released him. So Woodson decided to retire. But Woodson is a fantastic person and all that. He played 238 career games with Pittsburgh, San Fran, Baltimore, and Oakland. He only had 4 return touchdowns in his NFL career. Well, as punt and kick returns. But pick sixes, he has 12, which is a record. He had 1 in 87, 1 in 93, 2 in 94, 1 in 96, 2 in 98, 2 in 99, 1 in 01, and 1 in 2002. That's how he got the record. Ron Woodson is married with his wife and has 5 children, 2 sons and 3 daughters. So yeah, good job by him. This 56-year-old is an icon, especially being an analysis for NFL Network. I'm Jeff Diamond. Adu.